Hey guys, it's Swayze, and in this tutorial series I'm going to show you how to speedrun Alien Isolation in the CC+FPS all missions category. So CC means crouch clipping, which essentially allows you to clip through any door you want, which you wouldn't be able to normally, and FPS meaning changing our frame rate to single digit, which allows for some huge game-breaking skips. It's going to be the most game-breaking category and it's a lot of fun. Now, I won't go super in-depth in this, but there's a few things you need to do before actually start running this category. And that is changing your config file with custom keybinds. So I will put this in the description, and there are guides how to get into this config file. But it should be in this remote folder in Alien Isolation, which is this 214490. You just want to change it to this, and then you should be good. The most important one here is binding space to crouch and binding scroll wheel down to use. Those are the most important ones. You can use copy my settings. These are the ones I use for CC only and CC+FPS. So there you go. Now there's another thing you need to get, and that is Bandicam. Yes. Oh no, not Bandicam. That actually works. So it's very good. When we use Bandicam to change your frame rate, you want to go into the FPS tab and you want to have a hotkey and bind it to something with shift, because you want to be able to run and toggle at the same time. So shift is very good. Oh yeah, here it is. So hotkey, have this, and then set FPS to limit to 6. Turn this off, and if you have this on, you want to turn this off. And then you should be good to go. Open Alien Isolation. Also, one last thing is that we're going to be running Alien Isolation in 275 FPS. So if you're on Windows 11, you want to click on this, show more options. If you're on Windows 10, just right click, NVIDIA control panel, manage 3D settings, scroll down, max frame rate, turn this to 275, okay, exit, and then open Alien Isolation. And now we're gonna start a new game and click on novice. Keep in mind, if you want to reset, you should always exit the whole game and not to menu, because you'll get memory corruption in some dialogues. So make sure you exit the game. So coming into the game, we're not gonna sign in. We're gonna go through this door instead by crouching and toggling our FPS to 6 if you got 6 on. Then we're gonna hold W and D, and we're gonna just start tapping crouch. You should be going through it. I'm not gonna go too in depth how to do this mission 1 strat. There's a few videos on how to do it online. I can recommend Caraxx video. It's very good. Go watch it if you haven't. This is for more advanced runners that has been running this game before as well.
Samuels, ti sei svegliato prima?
I viaggi. L'ipersonno potrebbe averla turbata.
Non l'ho vista, vado a vedere. Taylor, buongiorno.
Era sveglio da ore, immagino. Spero abbiate fatto un buon viaggio.
La Torrance è in ottimo
Di anni e molto lavoro per sistemarla, ma ora ci sta ripagando bene. Ho sentito che ci stiamo...
documenti con le istruzioni.
Osservate l'avvicinamento sui monitor.
Now, if this isn't a reload, you should be walking fast here. So you're gonna pretty much be walking at normal speed. If you try and reload the game, you're gonna be walking much slower. This is how it looks like if you're on a reload. See, this is way slower compared to the other one. But it's always gonna be fast if you are in a new game and you haven't reloaded. So you should be good. We're just gonna scroll down to press this. I'm gonna hold the S and D and shift at the same time, so we run backwards in the black screen. We're just gonna turn around and walk over here. We're gonna pre-crouch and then scroll down. You can actually enter the vent faster by pre-crouching. Now coming here, we're gonna drop here. But before we drop, we're gonna look for a little dot. You see that dot there? And before we go past that, we're actually gonna pre-crouch, which makes us go into the pre-crouch state before we go into after the cutscene. So we're gonna crouch there. This will make it faster for us to go through a thing coming up. So we're gonna hold down W and shift here. So we're gonna immediately start running after the crouch. You're gonna see we're gonna be crouched. We're gonna scroll down to grab the flare. And if we crouch here, you can crouch a bit earlier than if you didn't pre-crouch. Which saves like half a second. But it's just free. Gonna make some sharp turns here. There's gonna be a loot here. So if you're running here, you can make a quick scroll. Flick and scroll. Grab these 2 items and then we're gonna continue. And this is where our next crouch clip is gonna be. So normally in CC only, you would scroll. You would scroll to go through this. Now with this high FPS, 271, this is very difficult to do. There's a much easier way to crouch clip this without using your scroll wheel. That is to change your frame rate and just crouch normally, because you don't need to crouch fast when you're changing your frame rate. So you can just tap. You see how I'm tapping my space bar? You can actually just tap space bar. Now what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna toggle while holding down shift. Then you start tapping space. It's not hard. You'll get it after a few tries. Right. So you can also go back. You can go back. And then you can try again. Like that. And now this thing here is like a 50-50 chance to get hit by. I just run through. I just run through. There's no need to worry about health. You can crouch here as well. Crouch clip. Now here you need to crouch clip. So you're gonna hold shift, toggle, and then just A and W. Like I always go diagonal. I'm crouch clipping. It's a bit easier than just to do this. I mean that works as well, but I don't. I'm just used to doing this now. We're gonna run up here. Now for this one is a bit weird. Because if I do a diagonal, I feel like I will fly. Let's see if I can get it. You see? Sometimes I will get launched. So I'm always trying to be careful on this one. So I hug the wall, I toggle, and then I press W, crouch once. See, we almost just flew there again. So just to be safe here, I'm just gonna hold shift, W, toggle, press space once. And you should land here. Now what you want to do here is the same on CC only. You want to go to this corner, just run forward, then as soon as you start falling, you're gonna tap lean. So this will take some tries to get it out. You should be quite easily when you get it. Now we're gonna go into cutscene. We're just gonna skip it. Now, if your mouse is kind of locked here, that means you didn't lean properly on the fall. We're gonna press this button, and here we can toggle FPS and start crouch clipping through this. This would save 10 seconds on the tram. Now, when I'm here, I'd like to craft a medkit. You don't need to. We can heal. Always when I'm ready for a tram, I always look what I can craft. Now we got time to actually toggle keybind our flare. I keybind it to 6, so you want to hover flare and press 6. Then when the tram is here, we're gonna scroll down on this side of the tram, and we're just gonna instantly go. Now when we come here, we're gonna hold W and D. We're gonna just tap space like this. Oh, that was not very good. Tap space like this. You should be able to clip through both those doors. And we can go earlier than normal. Now we're just gonna run up here. Mission 3. We're gonna go through this door. Go left. Try to have good pathing as well, which will save a lot of time. Now here, we might take damage. You're gonna auto-crouch, which is fine. It's fine also if you take damage. Now here's our first bevel. So I'll kind of explain what beveling is. But before we do that, I want you to go all the way up to the top. And then we're gonna hold down shift and toggle our frame rate like this. And then just hold S. And what you'll see will happen is that we will just start flying. We'll just start flying back and we will actually fall very slowly. See? This is because the game engine thinks it's very slow. It's basically in slow motion, essentially. So if you see like Steve, like any human, and you toggle your frame rate, they will actually like be super slow, like you're in slow motion. So think of it in slow motion, but in low frame rate. So we're just gonna hold down S, and then you can just pause here, and then just hold D, so we get on top of this. Now I'm gonna explain what a bevel is and how to do one. So pretty much any object which has a slope or angle, you can do a little trick called bevel, which is used to gain vertical velocity. At lower FPS, the game will apply an acceleration to allow you to move faster at lower FPS. However, when you encounter a slope or stairs as the game sees it, the game will apply a lot of vertical acceleration. So imagine the green box is your character's hitbox, and the corner of the ledge is a very small slope. The corner of the slope is what you hit to boost. Any lower and you would just fail, like walk up the slope, or you would just fall. So there's like a timing to it. Do this. You wait a second, you go back. You will start zooming up. Now you can toggle your frame rate here again, and you will just fly. Make sure you're not too high. If you're here and you do it, you just hit the ceiling here. You want to do it from like the pipes here, or be there. This is good. Then we're gonna toggle here. Wait a second, and then go back. And we're just gonna fly up. Now you're gonna toggle your FPS again, W and D, and we're gonna go towards this elevator here. We're gonna fall here. Then we're gonna go just like a little thing here, like this here. These are the lockers, so you wanna crouch here. You're not gonna fall unless you go too far. You're just gonna go back till you can hide in those lockers. Hold down E, and then you just exit the locker. And then we can press this. So put the M wheel down. Now here we're gonna go into a cutscene. Now we're gonna get ready for the cutscene to end. It's gonna end in a few seconds. And we're gonna hold down W and A. Like that, and then W, and just hold down Shift, so when the auto crouch, you can just instantly start running. And then here, we're not gonna remove this brace. We're actually just gonna go next to it, and then toggle, and then just go through. Now you can also go through this door here. You can also go through that. I think you save a second going through this one. And with this one, you can also grab the loot here. There's the loot there. Now, if you want to, you can grab the revolver up there. I am not gonna grab it. You win like a few, like 10 seconds not grabbing it. So up here, we're gonna go up these stairs, and you're gonna start silent running. You're sprinting diagonally, W and D. This. I'm sprinting right now. I'm making noise. Hope I don't die. He's running like this. Then you're gonna start crouching. And you can crouch pretty fast like this. 1, 2. Now remember, I have crouch on space. I wanna have that bind as well. So if you crouch like this, and then you turn to the left, you're gonna make like a footstep while turning. So there's a trick to not make noise when you're turning to the left. Now turning to the right is just like this. You can turn to the right without making noise. Like that, you make no noise. But if you turn to the left, you will actually make noise. Hear the footsteps. You will make some noise. So what you want to do is let go of D for like a second, or like half a second. It's just a muscle memory. So we're gonna turn, let go of D, and then start holding D again when we turned. I'll practice this. It's quite hard to do actually. It takes you a while to get used to it. But once you get used to it, it's like autopilot. We're gonna go up these stairs. Up here. Don't need to grab the map. And go here. We're gonna start silent running here. And then we come to this door, and we're just gonna crouch clip for this. And then we're just gonna start silent running again. Now there's 3 different things that Steve can do here. You can either stand there and go through the vent, or you can go up those stairs, or you can come up here. Let's see what he does. So he's going up the vent here. See? So if he goes up the vent, you'll actually see him do an animation. He'll look here, and then he'll start autopiloting to this vent here. And while he's going, you can actually start moving while he's coming here. You can just grab this while he's venting up. If he goes up there, you can just instantly start silent running and grab that. He won't kill you. Now, if he comes up here, which is the very bad RNG, you have to silent run back here, hide behind this, wait for him to vent, or just go past and then silent run back, and then do that technique that I showed you when you let go of D. Like that, and then you go here and you grab this. Now if you got extra flares, you can pop one while going through the door and throw it here, and that means it will land over here, and Steve will actually go towards it instantly. You will just run faster safely. That's if you got an extra flare. You want to have a flare for mission 7. We're just gonna go through this now. Crouch clip through, and then we press this. Scroll down. Well, there you have it, guys. That wraps up part 1 of the tutorial series. I hope you find the information in this video both informative and useful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I love getting some feedback. And with that said, I want to thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next part. We'll be doing some really cool strats coming up. So take care, guys.